Hi everyone, it's Dr. C, and I am not going to be in class with you this week, but you are going to continue to work on our mini project number 2, which is tied to the Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. And Mary will go over the assignment and instructions with you, but you're going to be working with partners again. And I'm going to just give you some tips about where you're going to go to find some research. So last time we got together, we discovered that the library is nice and easy to find now. It is in the top bar of the campus homepage. So anytime you go to the campus homepage, it is right there. So you're going to go back to the library to get to the databases. When you're here at this screen, I'm hoping you remember, first thing we did was we went to eResources. And you and your partner are going to do 2 different strands of research. One of you is going to research the cartoonist who is featured in the novel, the person drawing the pictures that you see. Her name is Ellen Forney. So again, I'm hoping you're kind of remembering what did we do last time when we were looking up a biography of Sherman Alexie. From this menu, we went to, do you remember? Biography and context. So yay, I hope you remembered. Those of you who are going to be researching the actual cartoonist, artist, Ellen Forney, are going to click on biography and context. Now this is what you're going to see from off campus. You're going to have to log in, so I'll log in really quick with my MEAD and password, just like Canvas. So that's what happens from off campus. Oops. Okay, sometimes I can't type and talk. So anyway, here we are, logged in, same login as your MEID and password like Canvas. And then you're going to type her name in here and search. Now, last time, you're going to click this to actually get to the article. Last time, because Sherman Alexie is such a prominent person, we had you just look at the reference. But notice we don't get very many back here. There's not as many back in terms of the results, and like we had seen last week. So you can go ahead and kind of browse what's here. What you're trying to do is find an article that is going to tell you about her life. So some of these, when you look at them, it's going to tell you that it's really just a review of her novel that she wrote. She also wrote a novel. So you don't want a book review. You really want something that's going to be about her life. So those of you who are researching Ellen Forney, you're going to go back to biography and context, type her name, and choose the article that you think is the best fit for your purpose. A good biographical article on her. Okay, those of you who are not doing the biography focus, you're actually going to research something about the art of cartoons. And you're going to go to a different source. It's still there under the e-resources, but instead of going to the section Humanities to find biography and context, you're going to go to the section Reference and go to Gale Virtual Reference. So this is the one you guys want. So you're going to click on that, those of you who are researching the art of cartoons. Now, once you get here, I want you to do an advanced search. So you click on that. And you have a couple of options here. The best option is for you to type in the box called document title. Well, let's talk about a couple possibilities. You could type in graphic novel. That means it's a novel that's based on drawings. Although this isn't a full graphic novel, there are obviously text and sentences, but this might lead you to some interesting articles. So that's one way to go, graphic novel. Another way to go is to type in the word cartoons. And again, this isn't exactly just a cartoon either, but there are some useful articles in here. So any word you choose, like graphic novel or cartoons, you're going to have to make some decisions on what is the best fit. Another different word to put in here to consider is comics. And I'm going to show you that one for a second. Do a search. Just like the people who are doing the Ellen Forney focus, they're going to have to make some decisions once they get the results. This too, you're going to have to make some decisions once you get to the results. So think about 91. We really don't want to look at 91 articles. So I'm going to give you some suggestions of good ones. But I do want you to do some browsing because you might like one better than the other. So here are some suggestions to consider. One good one is this one called Comics from the Encyclopedia of Adolescence. That one might be one that you're interested in. Another one that comes up in the very first results list is the one on comics, consumer culture. That one might be an interesting one to you. However, some of the better ones, I think, don't show up on this first page of results. Where you have to look for those is on the side in this margin. There are the publication titles. And what we're going to do is view more. That's because these are all the names of the encyclopedias that articles about some kind of comics or related to our topic come from. So again, we don't want to look at all 91, but there's a couple of good options here. The Critical Survey of Graphic Novels is a really good one. There's only 14 of those, and one of those is really useful because it talks about how to see comics working and kind of gives you an overview of comics in general. So that's a good one. And again, how did I find that? I went to, out of our original results, I looked up this side section called Publication Title, and I viewed more. So the Critical Survey of Graphic Novels is interesting. And then there's also this one called, I'm going to scroll down a little bit so you can see it, the Greenwood Encyclopedia of Folktales. So those are 4 different ways to go to consider which one might be a good fit for those of you who are looking up the art of comics. No matter what you choose, and no matter what your direction that you are searching, if you're the art of comics person or if you are the biography person, remember you're going to always email the article to yourself that you choose, and there will be some icon that will show you how to email it to yourself. All the databases, either one will show you that email, and there will also be a citation tool. So be looking for that because you need to have the article, you want to keep it, you want to email it to yourself, and there's going to be a citation tool that you want to make sure you're citing in MLA format because what you're going to be making is a PowerPoint.